It is the first Marvel movie to come out this year, Captain America: Brave New World. That's right. So I have not known what to think about this movie, and I probably won't know what to think about it until like the week it comes out, because it's a Captain America movie without Steve Rogers, which I think is a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they wanted to do a movie with Sam Wilson as Captain America, they should still have Steve be a part of the MCU. And then I think in an ideal world, you would have had him be a mentor like Bruce Wayne was in Batman Beyond, or even probably not as much, or like Peter Parker in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, just to show that he's still in the world. But here's the thing. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was such a surprise to me, the TV show, because I turned it on basically being like, all right, it's going to suck, but I got some time to kill. Why not? And I think it is by far the best Marvel Disney Plus show. And I thought they did a really good job handling it, because I think what they did was they left where Steve was a little ambiguous. Like they talked about how he may be on the moon right now, which I kind of think might be the actual case. And one thing that I thought was so smart about Falcon and Winter Soldier, because the whole time I was just like, how are you going to make it so the whole time I'm not wondering, why is Steve not helping out? Because while I think the scene of him passing the shield in Endgame was a very nice scene, a very kind of, it felt right that to end Cap's story that way, but was perceived by that really stupid scene of him traveling back in time and just living in the past. So part of me is just like, am I good the whole time going to be thinking, wow, Steve, you put Sam and Bucky in this position because you had to stay back in time. But I think one of the smart things they did was taking Sam and Bucky out of New York in that show. So it removed kind of that, well, where is Steve? Because even if this show had happened when Chris Evans was still a regular part of the MCU, taking them out of New York kind of removes that about like, oh, he's in New York. They're just, they're going around the world. And so I think that having this movie take place in Washington, D.C. also kind of removes the where is Steve? Where is Steve? Why isn't he helping or anything?
Yeah.
I think that removes that. And we have, we're already getting a Captain America movie without Steve Rogers. This is basically a sequel to The Incredible Hulk without the Hulk, because we're getting Red Hulk, we're getting the leader, we're getting right there. You got the Hulk's two arch enemies, and we're getting Betty Ross. So there's that, but who knows? But we can't remove the fact that this movie has had a very, very troubled production. They've gone back to reshoot this thing multiple times. Giancarlo Esposito, a villain, wasn't announced until like the third time going back to reshoot it. People have pointed out the director has been noticeably absent from Comic-Con and CinemaCon. So who knows what's going on there. I don't really know what to think about this movie. I don't even know if I'm going to bother seeing this movie, but that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know what to think. Now, I will say this. Some people are wondering, could this movie overall hurt the MCU? I don't think a Captain America movie about Sam Wilson, even if it's bad, I don't think it can kill the MCU, because while the Avengers was the primary franchise in the Infinity Saga, I just kind of feel like we've moved past that, and right now it feels like Spider-Man and X-Men are the big franchises of the MCU right now.
Right.
So even if it's bad, I don't think it's as terrible as it would have been a few years ago. Like if we didn't have Spider-Man, X-Men, then if this movie had been bad, it would have been catastrophic. But
yeah,
I don't think it's as bad, because genuinely, it just is like, I mean, I don't even know how this next Avengers movie is going to do, because it doesn't feel like the Avengers are kind of the main thing of this universe anymore. It feels like it's really, from my point of view, it's Spider-Man and X-Men, but
Yeah.
that's kind of my thoughts. What do you think about Captain America, Brave New World?
Yeah. No, I agree that I'd be doubtful that this is a make or break movie. So yeah, it's kind of a situation where I think if it's good, it could help, but it wouldn't. It's not the end of the world if it's bad. But yeah, in general, uh, it does kind of feel like we're still playing, like it's such a post Endgame feeling thing where it's sort of like, aren't we done with that? Like,
Yeah.
so like that's kind of the part that feels down. But other things I've seen, uh, other than that general feeling, I think it looks like it could be good. But there's not a lot riding on that.
Yeah. I'll also say the trailers have been really good.
Yeah, that's
Although
what I thought.
they also fixed kind of my one thing with the trailer, because in the trailer they introduced Harrison Ford, and look, if you're a comic book fan, you know he's taking over as Thunderbolt Ross from William Hurt. But in the first trailer, they never say he's Thunderbolt Ross, so it could be confusing if you didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they did kind of fix that in the second trailer. Here's my question before we wrap up about Captain America Brave New World. We know Chris Evans is coming back for Avengers Doomsday, which obviously means he'll be back for Secret Wars. Will Chris Evans appear in this movie?
Would it be bold of me to suggest yes, but only a post-credit scene? Because I think it would be something like that, like almost more of a cameo thing.
No, because I think you're exactly right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's in it because look, they've gone back for reshoots so many times.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? And narratively, I think it would help it to show, hey, Steve is still a part of this universe, and he didn't just abandon everyone, like he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And saving him for a post-credit scene would do a great job of like not overshadowing the whole movie.
Yeah.
By the way, I still think there's a chance, because Thaddeus Ross, I mean, unlike in real life where the president can commit a bunch of crimes and apparently no problem.
Yeah.
But in our little Marvel world where, good always triumphs over evil, Thunderbolt Ross is not going to be president after turning into the Hulk.
Right.
I'm just saying, President Steve Rogers.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I think there's a chance. I think there's a very good chance that would happen.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Another call made here. We'll see.
Yeah.
And we only have to wait till what? February something.
Yeah. February 14th.
Cool. Yeah. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right.